Art, at least for me, art doesn't remain static. You respond to different things that you see, and if your life changes, your art also is influenced by that. I tell myself that my life is divided in 3 parts. I have 3 lives. My first one was in Mallorca before the war with my father and my mother and my sisters, and it was a beautiful place that is still the most important place in the world for me. The second part is when I met my husband and I came to Salt Lake. I had 3 children, and it was at this time that I was able to realize my dream of becoming an artist. And my second life more or less ended about 10 years ago when my husband of 45 years passed away. I was very distressed for a while, and then suddenly I thought my life was starting again, but a different life. And this is my third life, which has been completely dominated by my art. I have had many influences in my art, and I am a lucky person in a way that some artists that I see, they are completely dedicated to one subject, or perhaps two, and that is what they do. But I'm not like that. I respond to what surrounds me, no matter what. So this is one of the reasons that I do landscape, I do people, I do still lifes, I do sculptures, and people ask me, which one are the things that you love to do most? And I say the one I'm doing at that time. This is a painting that my husband liked very much, and this is why I have not sold it. It's an old painting. The wool is like a mirage. And perhaps the water is not there either. It's just something that the boy thinks because it's hot. This happened to be 3 paintings of Spain. This is Granada, the Alhambra, and I saw that man in Granada. That is the interior of the Alhambra. This is in Mallorca. This is an old village in Mallorca. These 2 paintings have been painted this year. I thought, I haven't painted my house for a while, so I'm going to do it again. So I came home, and this was the first one, this was the second one, and I have 2 or 3 that are smaller. And this here in my dining room, sometimes my dining room becomes very crowded with paintings. And before I have company, I have to haul them all downstairs. But that's how life is here in this house. These are 3-dimensional paintings that I often do too. I get to be very fond of my paintings because I see in that painting something that I have thought about and I have imagined, and it is sort of like you have a dream and then the dream becomes your painting. This is my studio, and this is the old garage of the house. An artist needs a lot of stuff. And my children ask me, why do I keep so much junk? And I say, this is not junk, it's a working project. I paint a special frame for every painting. So this is what makes is one of the different things about my work. So they are all different. I never repeat exact. Some will be perhaps similar but different. But every painting will have what that painting has inspired for me. I keep adding until the painting says it's enough. When we bought this house that is now, I think, very pretty, it was terrible. And we didn't have much money, so we worked very hard to make it different. My husband helped a lot in working in the house, but the garden was totally mine. He didn't do anything. It's all my design and my inspiration. And I don't say it's perfect. It's a lot of work. It falls apart in the winter more than better designed gardens, perhaps. But I like a little wild nature in my garden. I have a lot of people that like to come to my garden. And we do many different occasions, but the one that has become more prevalent is the art in Pilar's garden, which I have every June for 3 days in the evenings. And I invite other artists to come and show their art with me in the garden. Art has always been part of my life since I was a child. It is something that is unavoidable in my life. I don't even know how I would live if I didn't do that. I have 2 or 3 paintings that I really don't think I will sell until I am ready to go to the next place. And by the way, I'm planning to take my paints to the next place.